All right, internet, hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Get Wrecked D&D. Um, I was not here last, or 2 weeks ago, but 3 weeks ago actually, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
it's been a while.
but I'm happy to be here, and we're all happy for you to be joining us on our adventure today. Uh, Real quick, I'm gonna plug a few things. The GRLCS registration has been open, and I think are we in the quote unquote late registration phase right now?
Late registration would start at midnight.
Oh, okay. So if you want to get into the GRLCS at a regular pricing, you have 3 hours and 41 minutes to do so. Otherwise, you will have to pay the extra $10 per team, I suppose.
Yep,
Um,
$2 a player.
But in any case, we're always looking forward to having more teams join us for GRLCS. So go ahead and register if you have some friends that would like to play in a couple month or so league style tournament.
Woo.
We have 3 divisions, if you were unaware: gold, platinum, and diamond, capped. So those will be the highest ranked players that you would play against in your division, assuming you're eligible for it. So go ahead and do that. The Legends of Runeterra open beta has started as of yesterday, yeah?
Well,
Today
technically
and yesterday.
but yeah, technically today, but
Right. Today, for everyone who didn't pre-register for the
Yeah.
1 day early play. In any case, Get Wrecked will at some point be putting on Legends of Runeterra tournaments. We're still waiting for the play to kind of settle in and for everyone to kind of have an opportunity to get used to the cards and everything. Plus, it'll probably take some time for everybody who is now starting fresh as of a couple days ago to build up their card collection such that people aren't just playing the same decks over and over and over again. As far as Teamfight Tactics tournaments, is it the finals tomorrow?
Yeah, the championship.
yes.
Yes, the championship for the GRTFT Saturdays will be concluding tomorrow. So if you qualified for that, then congratulations. We'll be putting on more TFT tournaments as the year goes on, and we look forward to your participation in that. In any case, is there any more announcements as far as general Get Wrecked need to be?
No, I think you got all 3.
Okay, cool. Real quick before we get started, for anyone who may be new, why don't we introduce ourselves from the top left down to the top right down? So from David down and then from Josh down.
Hi everybody, I am David Vid. I am the DM for Adventures of Runeterra, and I am the stream lead for Get Wrecked. Megan, you're next.
Okay, good. I was like, I don't know what order these are.
Yeah, it's the order on stream, not the order on Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm Megan, Glitter and Gains. I am Spia Panapucci here, a rogue.
Hey, I'm Ariel Arcanda West. I am one of the Get Wrecked admins. You'll see me around a lot. I'm playing Kalia. She is a monk from Ionia.
I think Josh is up
Josh.
next.
I am Josh, aka Thatcher. I'm playing a half Bastion Barbarian. His parents were killed not that long ago, and he's joined the party due to the task from Kim Baron Harkonnen.
Oh, it's me. I am Elgr. No last name.
He's Jack.
He's I'm too poor for a last name. Yes, I am Jack. Jack counts.
He's Jack, but he's also Elgr.
I don't know, kind of lots of Get Wrecked stuff. Jack of all trades, if you will. But in this, I play Elgr. I am a Goliath fighter who channels some ancient Freljordian runes to, augment being a fighter with some Runeterran magic.
Yes. And I'm Alex, Agent A22. You don't see me on as often as far as get wrecked things go, but I'm always sort of there in the background getting some minor things done. Here, I play Tarsk. I am a Yordle from Bandle City, but my allegiance lies elsewhere, as it were, right now. Um, Thanks to landing face down in a void rift and staying there for days on end. Um, yeah. So before we get started, David's going to recap what has happened in the a little bit in previous episodes, and then mostly covering what happened in the last episode. And we'll go ahead and get started with the events of today. So go ahead, Dungeon Master.
All right. So from the beginning, from the very beginning, our party met while they because they were contacted by the governess of the Noxian city of Basilich.
Stewardess.
The stewardess. She contracted them to investigate a raid on a local mine. When the party investigated, they found out that a significant amount of tourmaline, which is what the mine was known for, had been stolen and barreled up in barrels marked with the Chembaron Harkonnen's name. So, knowing that the Chembarons were from Zon, they headed to Zon and investigated, asked around, and turned out that Chembaron Harkonnen was presumably innocent. He said that Chembaron Butler, a rival and sometimes ally, was the one who had set up the entire thing, and that he was merely caught in the crossfire, as it were. Which brings us to our last session. So after meeting their new best friend Thatcher, played by Josh over here, the party was introduced to his parents' bakery. They took the spoils of the recently vacated bakery, unfortunately because Thatcher's parents had recently died. The party lost their furry little friend Tarsk, and they found themselves at Baron Butler's lair. They broke in, waffled for a bit with the guards about why they were there, and that's when all hell broke loose. Thatcher turned out to be pretty much a solid badass when he split a dude open. Elgr finally got a good kill under his belt, and Spia picked up another of her own when she shanked a dude in the neck.
So what's our kill score right now?
Let's not keep count. Who's keeping count?
I think we all have one, right?
I think. Oh
Something.
wait, yeah, that actually sounds right. 'Cause
I
as far as
don't think I
finishing
have
blows
I
win,
think
I don't think I have
except for
a
Tarsk. Right.
Yeah.
I'm a pacifist.
I think
So
it's-
meanwhile, my tenuous grasp of what Kensei monks did meant that I was giving Ariel an extra attack every turn.
No, we figured out that it was still right. I was just calling it the wrong thing.
Well, yeah, you were dealing an extra 1d4 damage on your attacks,
Well,
but
yeah.
but we were treating it as an extra attack, which turned out to not be correct. So then they met the Baron, who had a mechanical Doomfist style hydraulic punch. He destroyed a table and then threw it at them, and almost managed to pin the party under it in the hallway until Thatcher caught it like a champ and absolutely stopped the table. After it was only a matter of time until they killed him, searched his office and archives, and found a file marked the Harkonnen deal.
Wait, you guys killed him? Oh my!
Yeah, they just
Butler.
they straight murdered him.
This is what
He
you
came at us, bro.
Yeah, we barely lived.
Hi, barbarian. Do barbarian things.
they call
I
it
rage.
rage, not think about things and do non-lethal blows.
So Spia fulfilled her contract with Chembaron Harkonnen and burned down the whole bitch before they realized that the Harkonnen deal wasn't the whole thing. Baron Butler was going to sell all of the tourmaline to an alchemist, but the record was lost in the fire.
No, I haven't.
No, the rest of the
This was
records.
another, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you took the Harkonnen deal, you burned everything else.
Rogues.
To be fair, we would have locked it in there anyway. So
That's true, you did shut the door.
Oh, no.
And
Well,
now
this
they
is-
return to Baron Harkonnen to inform him of their marginal success.
Yes.
So you did wait, so you did spend the night in the inn and read the file, made sure that you understood everything that was in there.
Right.
Right.
Yes. we
And
got
then
that all
the
sorted
next
out.
order of business was to go back to Baron Harkonnen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Go to Baron Harkonnen, tell him we found out who was responsible. Yada yada yada. We lost some information, but it's fine. We got the gist.
Probably.
All right. So, when you return to Baron Harkonnen's base, you find none other than Tarsk, sitting on the ground outside, just kind of waiting.
Tarsk.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
You're back?
Yes, you left without me. I've been here the whole time.
What? Okay, no.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God.
Wait a second.
I mean, we did start walking.
looked
We
for
looked
you.
We didn't
around.
leave,
He wasn't. If I remember correctly, he wasn't there, and we were like, he's probably persuading some people. He usually finds us. I don't know how hard we looked, to be honest. No offense, Tarsk. We thought you had things handled.
Thatcher's kind of seeing him for the first time, and he'll him and go, "Is this him?
Yes. This is Tarsk.
You're smaller than I imagined."
Oh, don't let that fool you. He's a powerful sorcerer.
You look underweight.
Tarsk is looking up at Thatcher. He's like, I like this one.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I probably couldn't eat this one.
I
Oh
forgot
no,
you-
I am very
you just
inedible.
Immediately went to eating
I am
him.
very inedible. Yeah, no,
Yes, I was trying to persuade this lovely young guardman here to join our cause.
Our cause? Or
Yes,
your
yes, our
cause?
cause.
Oh,
This
Thatcher. His religion is he's a you know those people who like think maybe that like they could help the world end kind of thing, right? Like that things would be better that way.
Crazy people, yes. I'm
World
aware.
Well,
end.
I mean, to be fair, like a lot of religions have these kinds of things. I'm not, super religious myself. I try
Why
not to.
would the world end? We will all become one.
Right.
at the
Okay.
end of
Sorry.
the day.
That way. He's saying it a different way, but it's kinda. I haven't taken
and
the
so-
time to understand it, honestly, Thatcher. I'm sorry.
So the
Uh,
henchman that Tarsk has been talking to, he's just with our Harkonnen henchman, who's like been talking to him, but he kind of like looks at you, like the rest of you, and is like, wait, the world ending? What? You didn't tell me about that.
I
The
mean, I
world
might be
will not
misinterpreting. I suppose.
This one doesn't understand. He's not very educated.
All right. Wait. Hold on, Tarsk. I am very well read.
Oh yeah?
Oh,
What's some kind of question about void creatures that he would literally have no way of knowing?
Something like something that you would just kind of
What's
think
the
of off the top of
airspeed
your head.
velocity of a void-born swallow?
An unladen voidborn.
An unladen voidborn swallow. All right. Look. I mean, I'm not familiar with many things
Aha!
of the
See,
void,
he
but
knows nothing.
okay. Look, I only have so many books to work with. A lot of them are from the north. Void is kind of a south thing.
Okay, hear me out. If he knows nothing, wouldn't he know the void?
All right. Well,
Oh.
David's not a character, so
So as you're kind of like back and forthing about like, oh well, what do you know of this? Oh, I think I know enough. Oh well, what do you think you know of it? The guard just kind of goes, you guys are back. You're the ones that were talking to the boss yesterday, right?
yes. How did the mission to Baron Butler go?
We've
I
got-
assume that's what you left me for.
We've got a little
we-
surprise for Harkonnen, so why don't you let us inside, and me and the aspiring real estate moguls will speak with him.
That's what
Oh,
we did.
yeah,
We
yeah.
freed up some real estate. That's exactly.
Of course, Thatch. It's good to see her back. And he like pounds on the door, and it swings open. And the guard that gave you potions, the health potions, is there, and you see him visibly just light up when he sees that Thatcher just walks through. He just goes, "Oh, man, kid, you had me worried there for a sec. Word travels fast, and we heard that the whole damn place exploded, and well, you didn't come back right after. Well, it's good to see you in one piece."
Needed a bit of a rest, and I'll take out the part of the hand, the mechanical hand that I caught off, and say, I've got something for Harkonnen I think he's going to want to see.
Oh, is that Is that what I think it is? That's it looks like his that butler guy's is that his hand?
Yes, excellent. And what did you do with the rest of him?
Have you ever had barbecue
To the
tars?
void.
Will he be coming here to reclaim his hand?
He will not.
Oop.
Not in this life.
On this list. I'm gonna clap Thatcher on the back. This guy threw a table.
You threw
Well,
a
that
table.
seems rather
That's,
unnecessary.
well, I knew you were a big guy, Thatch, but come on, a table? That's a big table, right?
It was a fun time. These guys are not bad companions to have in battle.
Well, it's good to know that you traded up from just just the rest of us here. So, come on, I'll take you back to the boss. And so he leads you back, and this time you're not blindfolded. You're
Tarsk is like
walking.
Tarsk is walking with Spia. He says, "Yes, see, Elgr could learn a thing or two. This one is tall, but he's more confident.
Oh no!
He speaks with authority."
Oh, God. Just like holding him back so he doesn't like eat him.
So you get to Baron Harkonnen's office, and your friend henchman knocks on the door and opens it a little bit, and you just hear Baron Harkonnen go, "Ah, yes, my favorite new realtors," and he's just kind of sitting there like all fat and smug in his big old chair. He's, "So, what have you brought me today?"
Thatcher walks in ahead of Elgr.
I bring you a message.
Darsk.
Tars, no.
The timing, impeccable as always, but
I've been
Maybe not
talking to
so.
your friend, your associate here.
Oh,
Have I been successful in convincing this guy? Like,
Ye-
during the whole time that they've been, like,
he's,
I've just been talking his ear off?
yeah, he's generally been interested in what you have to say, because you're kind of like telling him about these new unexplored lands, things that he's really never seen or probably is never going to see in his lifetime. So
Nah.
he's kind of entertaining you in more of a wow, like, going to this magical land where everything is dry and desert and etc.
Cool. Your associate can fill you in on the details.
So he says, "Well, well, I trust you've been successful."
Thatcher takes the hand out and throws it on Harkonnen's desk. Says, "Yeah, you could say that."
Ah, we're
Mm.
throwing hands, I see.
And some of them were catching hands. in fact. And so he basically just like kind of his flabby like hand just picks it up and holds it, and he goes, yes, I'm sure he didn't part with this without a fight. And I heard that, Madam Spia, you took care of, well, his lair."
I just like walk up and I'm like,
Of course. Reaches into his desk and he tosses you the little sack of coins. I forget how much he going
I think
to
50.
like. It was 50. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he tosses you the other 50. Same weight and everything.
I'll
So-
walk back behind the
What have you learned from your little expedition?
Thatcher kind of motions to Elgr. Well, he's been going
Yeah,
through the
Callie
papers and
passes
he's-
Elgr the file on the middleman.
On the middleman. Right. Oh, what was his name?
The middleman.
Like,
we don't
was
know
it
his
just
name.
called the middleman? Not name,
Oh,
sorry. Like
so-
title. It had like a title, didn't he?
So there were two named individuals. One was the middleman who contracted the hit,
Mhm.
and then the second one was the alchemist who was the customer in it.
Right.
And that
okay,
was
yeah,
alchemist.
They were titles.
Alchemist 01FF.
01FF. Cool. Well, we came in, honestly, looking to talk, if I'm telling the truth. The door was unlocked, nobody answered, we kind of came in, they sort of came at us, then we went at them, it sort of escalated, but we did find our way into some files, and we were able to find out that it seemed that there was some sort of middleman contracting a hit, trying to get some of this tourmaline and get it to somebody known as Alchemist I pull up the file. Like 01F.
Yeah, so he's like, do you hand him the file, or are you just kind of like waving this file
I'm kind of like
around?
reading it a little bit to like help, facilitate my memory as I kind of like telling him about it.
And so he's, you're telling him about this whole thing that like, oh, well, this coded middleman and Alchemist 01FF, and that foolish brute. He fancied himself a bookkeeper, and all he did was make things confusing. So you've no idea who the Alchemist is?
No, we found out about the Alchemist after we were no longer able to ask him about the Alchemist.
Well,
To be fair,
tourmaline
he was
and
a very
Alchemist.
aggressive man.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
no,
Some of my compatriots in the Baronship are not exactly as gifted in the mental department as others. And so he kind of like pulls a piece of paper and just starts scratching some names, muttering about damned alchemists and the tourmaline, who, tapping his thinking. Here. I can think of about 5 that might have ties with Butler and his dealings. Be careful, though. Sometimes they are even more dangerous than the Cambarons. If not in armament, then in madness. And he hands you, or he hands across this list to to Elgr. Oh. Danger. There we go. For everyone else, I just put it in the Twitch chat if you would like to read it for yourself.
Oh, cool.
So it is the list of 5 different alchemists and their potential, their areas of work, and anything that Baron Harkonnen might know about them.
Well, this bloodsmith fellow is an augmented arms dealer, so probably already had some dealings with him. Couple of Chemtech enhanced gems as well from Crystal Smith Ellick. And I start to pass it around after I get a look at it, so that way everyone's characters can take a look at it.
The Bloodsmith seems like a good place to start.
This last name on the list does, specifically do a little bit more with gems. I don't know if it's tourmaline specifically, but he could be somebody that we should put high on our list to talk to as well.
I definitely agree with the Crystal Smith. That seems... he seems like he at least does, again, enhances gems. So, getting free batches of tourmaline, probably cheaper than he would. That could be a motive.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you're kind of debating this, Harkonnen does remind you. He just kind of like holds up this cautioning hand, and he just does say, "Please be careful. These are not men to be taken." The Bloodsmith, well, he would just as quickly shoot a man as do business with him. The Grey Boy is one of those religious fanatics, and, well, the rest of them are dangerous in their own ways. So, be careful. The last thing that any of us want is for all of this to go nowhere, because someone decided to pick a fight with an explosive Chemtech dealer. You know the way out. Come back when you find, well, anything. And he kind of waves you away.
All right.
Callie turns to leave.
We'll be back. Bye. Cool. All right. As we're kind of going out, kind of running through it in my head.
Is that henchman escorting us out?
Yeah, he was waiting outside the door for you, so.
All right. As we're walking out and like we're separating from him, I was like, now remember what I told you.
Of course, little guy. Thatch, what does he have you doing this? Kicked you out of the nest, right? Where are you going now?
Well, I think I'm gonna be following these guys around, and looks like we're gonna be going to a couple of chem dealers.
Ooh. Nasty guys, some Chemtech dealers. I tried to get my hand replaced a couple years back. It's been, getting old, but they
Who
wanted
did you
me
go to?
Oh, it was a small-time guy. Works with that church of them glorious evolved guys. One of their minor ones. What's his name? The Gray Kid, Gray Boy. It was yeah, but he wanted me to do all sorts of nonsense, jump through all these hoops, and well, anyway, it's some nasty business. Don't get too involved. They're
What
queer
what's some of the
fellas they
things that-
are.
What did he want you to do?
Oh, it was, running errands for the church. Calling themselves a church now. It's a big cult they are. But, no, he wanted me to, break some bones, steal some stuff. Nothing that I'm not a stranger to, but didn't sit right with me the way that he was all brainwashed almost. And by this point, you've gotten back to the front door, and he just goes, well, no reason to keep you all hunkered down and freaked out. Well, you have fun, bud. Opens the door for you.
Well, hopefully we'll be back.
Oh, lots of fun. If we find anybody with a hand, we'll be sure to bring it back for you.
Well, thanks. What was your name?
Elgr.
Elgr. Interesting name. You're not from around here, or what?
No. Freljord heritage, Noxian raised.
Well, Elgr. Hopefully, I see you again.
Yeah, no, hopefully.
So, take care, all. And he just opens the door for you and just kind of waves you through.
Head out.
All right.
All right.
So-
It's still pretty early in the day, right?
Oh yeah, it's morning.
Well,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's not like morning, but it's
Right,
still
right,
it's
right.
pre-lunchtime for certain. So you've got 5 names, 5 different directions that you could go.
Cool. All right. Well, honestly, these tourmaline crystals could be used in a lot of ways, I suppose, if they're this valuable. He might not have anything to do it, but the crystal smith could maybe point us in the right direction if he doesn't have anything to do with it. He might be able to tell us a little bit about tourmaline and what it might be used for.
Sure, but I don't know. Harkonnen's warnings just kind of, I don't know. They didn't sit well with me. Why, if these people are so volatile, why work with them in the first place, I guess?
I mean, I think that's a little bit of just how it is here in Zon, from what I understand. It's a different way of life. Kind of, sort of the madder you are, the farther you're willing to go, and you can achieve some things, but at what cost sometimes. I still can't get over the guy with the fucking neck thing. That was bugging me. I'm not gonna lie. I think about it often.
Was it the guy in the bar?
It was the guy in the bar. Not great. Not great.
It takes getting used to. When you've grown up around it, it's just another person.
Right. No, I mean, I get that. I try to keep that in mind, but really, like, he keeps twisting it in his voice, and God, it's grating. And
Callie's
Anyway.
like visibly cringing.
Anyway,
Believe it or not,
look,
he may sound better now than he did before.
that could very well be true. I've heard some rough things about some of the mists and pollution and whatnot. But look, tourmaline, I don't know too much about it. If it's not this crystal smith Elgr fella, maybe you can tell us more about crystals. But I'm open to checking out any of them. It could honestly be any of them. The Glorious Evolution dudes, Church of the Glorious Evolved. You know, maybe they could be using
the way
tourmaline.
That Garden was talking about them. I don't.
I mean, if,
Preferably
Sounds like
not
those are
start
more-
with them.
if they're
Sounds
open
like
to
those are-
brainwashing, we just get them on this guy's train, and then no problem.
I think they're pretty committed to their
Yeah, maybe.
church.
Kind of remind me of Tarsk almost. It'd be a good, probably.
Well.
I'm sorry, what? Who's
What?
brainwashing anybody?
No, not brainwashing. Just a very fanatical, almost very strong believers in a certain faction.
Mm.
You're good, Tarsk. I kind of rub you on the head. But I don't know. Does anyone have any one of these people that they want to check out? Thatcher, anybody you particularly have a bone to pick with?
None in particular. We might as well start with the Crystal Smith and work our way from there.
Thatcher, I don't want to pry, but do you know who killed your parents?
I do not.
Wow.
How terrible. Your parents are dead. That is awful.
Just imagine that conversation.
Genuinely,
Yeah,
we're just kind of
I've
walking.
known you
but...
for a day.
Oh, he took us to their bakery. We took all the food. I ate their food. I'm kind of curious about them now.
Stole their
They're
food.
dead. It's Thatcher's now. He gave it to us. But anyway,
They could very well have left it to his brother in their will. It's
I
not
don't. You're right.
necessarily
I don't.
Thatcher's.
You're right. You're right. But well, Thatcher, when we're, as we kind of interact with these people, I'll keep an eye out if it makes you feel any better. Their food was awesome. That Freljordian bread really took me back.
How
Yes, there were-
terrible. That's
There were,
my friend.
There is
One place that will always console you.
Is it the eternal nothingness?
Do I even want to know what
I'm catching
conversation-
on. You see, Tarski, you're making fun of me, but I'm starting to get it.
Elgr is not as dumb as he looks.
Okay, I'm gonna look
Whoa.
past that one. But I'm a lot bigger than you, so maybe
Listen to
easy
this
with
man. He is aware of the eternal nothingness.
Callie just rolls her eyes and keeps walking
Unknowable.
forward.
unknowable.
So, how should we get directions to this crystal smith?
Thatcher, you have lived around these parts. I don't know if you know where this guy is, but you maybe have
Can
any
I
ideas?
pray to the void to tell me where this guy is?
Take a couple levels in cleric. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that would be called divine intervention.
There's a bar around here where there's been some Kimtech dealings here back and forth. We could probably ask there where the Crystal Smith might be at.
Yep.
Oh my God, more neck people. How about you guys get the
Callie
go
just
in the
kinda,
bar?
Like, looks at herself. She's like, I don't think anyone's gonna tell me anything. I definitely don't look like I'm from around here.
I mean,
Yes.
the only one who might look like they're from around here would be, I guess, maybe Spia and Thatcher.
Mhm.
All right,
We
you
can
two
go.
want to head into
No,
a
so-
bar?
That you kind of
Sure.
look at Steve and goes, yeah, we can handle this.
Cool.
So
So,
do you guys.
so Thatcher, knowing that there's basically the alchemy row where most of the alchemists have their workshops or like actual shops. He takes you there, and there is a bar there, aptly named the Potion Bench. It's just a kind of really crappy sort of like, yeah, we actually sell everything here in potion bottles because we're just buying them off of other alchemists when they get rid of them. So Thatcher and Spia walk in, and it's it's actually mostly unaugmented people. It is, generally, like, if there are any augments, it's things like, replacing, like, a prosthetic arm or something. There's no, cosmetic or even, like, augments there. Yeah. So, two of you in this potion bar.
That you kind of, I suppose, can do a perception to see if I see anybody that might be interested to talk.
Yeah, sure. Perception check. Yep.
Oh God, 9.
You are not a, you're not a techie or like augment focused kind of person. So you've never done this before. So your first thought is, okay, I'm gonna go over to the bartender and I'm gonna see if he knows where I can find this guy. So the bartender is an old woman, long kind of like a long ponytail, stringy kind of like, you're living in pollution, so it's basically just horrible all around. So she doesn't look great, but she looks old, which is good enough because most people don't make it that long around here. And she sees you. She's like, been a while since I had a strapping young fella like you sit down at my bar. What can I interest you in, Sonny?
Well, I'll take a draft of what you've got behind the counter, and had a question for you. I've got a friend of mine who's a little short, trying to grow a little bit undersized. He's a squirrely little fella, and heard that there might be somebody who can help me get into some chem tech to help him, grow a couple of inches.
Growing a couple of inches, huh? Oh, that's an interesting one. What are you thinking? Additional knees? Ooh, they do love their additional knees down here. And she she actually hikes a foot up on, and you can see her like old knobbly kneed woman, but she just goes, yeah, you see, they just take your bones here and they just separate him for a little bit, and then they add another, what does he need? 5-6 inches? They can add that much.
Oh, he probably needs 2 or 3 feet, but we could start with that.
2 or 3 feet. Well, you have a name in mind? You a frequent shopper of anywhere? Or are you just looking around?
What's his name? I can look at Spear. Crystal. He's a crystal smith.
Oh, you're thinking of the crystal smith. Well, he doesn't do height augments, but he sure can help you out with a lot of stuff. You need new eyes. Those. Let me think. And she kind of snaps her fingers a couple of times at a guy further down the bar and leans over and she says, he's looking for the crystal smith. You got a direction you can point him? And he mumbles back, and they do this whole exchange. And she finally says, oh, okay, so what you're gonna want to do, it's out of here to the left, second alley on your right, and all the way down until you find the place that has the stained glass windows. You got that?
Yes.
All right.
Long pause.
You got that? Short
yes.
pause. Yes.
If you get lost, make sure to come back here and order another drink, and I can give you all the help that you need.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Horny old woman.
Look at Spear. Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything here?
No, we got what we need.
What am I doing? Am I outside?
Us three are just
I
sitting
I figured we
outside.
were just keeping watch while they took care of business inside.
Are there people milling about outside?
We are.
I'll toss a 2 gold coin on the counter for trouble and walk out.
Oh, wow. You're a very kind young man. Make sure to hurry back. Wouldn't want you getting into any kind of trouble. So you now know where the Crystal Smith's workshop is. and you have got yourself a girlfriend. So
I just push off the bar and walk right out. I don't know Thatcher, so I'm not gonna help him out of that situation.
Oh, Smia, where's Thatcher?
He's inside. He's a little,
Right. I'm
tied
falling
up.
out. I'm falling out right behind her.
Okay, cool. Good. All right.
Wow,
So
that's
you
no fun.
figure out where we're going.
I do. We're gonna go down this alleyway to the left, and we'll see some stained glass windows. Is what we're looking for.
All right.
Mm.
You guys ready to go?
Okay, can we,
Yeah.
one sec. Are we just walking in this place? Because again, the Harkonnen's warnings are troubling me a little. Are these, should we just be walking up to this person's house?
Well, we do know that he
Sure.
specializes. Well, we do know that this guy specializes in
As it.
helping people with certain augmentations, and his specialty happens to be for eyesight. And so, since one of us, Mush Elgr, has a problem walking into caves dark, we could probably suggest that
hold
this
on.
is a potential client.
All right. If you want to try to convince him I'm a client, then that's fine. But my eyesight is 20/20. I am, no issues here. All right. Everything's good.
Callie just
I mean, we could arrange that for a temporary issue, so it seems as if there's not.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I like the sound of a temporary issue
see,
inflicted
Thatcher
on
has
me.
Thatcher has come in with a plan.
Okay, God, Tarsk, no, come on. I don't. There's got to be an easier way than maiming me somehow.
Callie's just snacking on her Ionian bread.
It's nobody coming to my defense. Look. I think we could just send the least. We could send the least out of place person up just to see if we can talk. He might have nothing to do with this. We just need some information on Tourmaline, and if he happens to be our guy, just kind of get him sorted out so we can tell Varn that the Tourmaline was, accounted for. We figured out who wanted it and why, and avoid
Elgr,
any
that's
issues.
you.
Have peace. Elgr, that's you. Me going in there? I don't think I look. I mean,
Well,
Callie
but
got
you
it.
are Noxian, yes?
Okay, I am Noxian, yes.
All right,
but
perfect.
these people.
This is Tourmaline from a Noxian mind.
That's
Of course, you're the one to be
actually.
investigating.
That's not as bad of a point, I guess. Now that you say that, if they, I mean,
Yes.
if we
They
could
don't
think
want
of a
war with Noxus.
right, we could. I mean, we could try to think of a little bit. I mean, we could tell the truth. I mean, as far out as that sounds, we could just be like, "We're here on behalf of Invetia,
Stewardess Varn.
Invetia," and I'm gonna get this right. Invetia.
You're there?
Is that nice? Awesome.
Yeah.
Varn, and that's probably got a little bit of authority behind it.
For some people, yeah. For the Chemtechs, probably not. I think it'd be
Probably
best
not.
if we try to do a little bit more stealthy than that.
Okay.
Punch him.
Maybe a little bit less successful than the whole real estate debacle.
I mean, Spia, did you just suggest punch him? I mean,
What?
did you say punch him? Punch him works. I mean,
Punch
But it's
you.
worked for
I
us
believe
so
that's
far.
our eye situation.
oh man. Who
How
has a
about
plan
this?
they want to go with?
Maybe we should get a little bit more information about this guy, and before we just walk up to his shop. It's great. We got directions. We know where we're going, but maybe we should,
This
get
guy
a little bit of
specializes.
background. Does he have a personality? Is there something that he likes that maybe we could, turn in our favor? Or
So
is
this guy
somewhat
specializes in
disregard?
We're looking for Elgr, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So he's
And
he's a
he's-
researcher. He's
an
astute.
academic.
He's probably...
Excellent.
I mean, Tarsk is maybe the last
Everyone-
person anyone would suspect for this kind of thing that we're doing. We could post him just nearby.
You're looking for an internship, and you're saying you're looking to apply.
Yeah, just kind of chat a little bit, Go a little bit light. You could bring in the unknowable nothingness after, but you kind of got to get in first.
Have some tact.
What?
Yes,
But
her.
the unknowable nothingness is everything.
Right, so just talk about the parts of the everything that he would be okay with, and then you can bring in the parts that, you know, he would be a little more skeptical about after you
All
get
right.
some
So he
information.
specializes in augmentations.
He
Is that the conclusion we've come to?
enhances gems.
Oh, he's a gem boy. Okay.
Yes. According to the note
What's
we
my-
got, sells his research on the unique powers of Kimtech enhanced gems to the highest bidder, you know, in parentheses, singed.
No, Singed
Singed
is the
is a
last
different
name
guy.
on the.
Oh! I thought this was like he was giving them two singed.
No, Singed is another alchemist
Singed
on
is
the
the fifth name on the list.
There's 5 names.
Got it.
I was wondering why you said that he was the last name. I was
Yeah, that was not correct.
Yes, no,
That's
I
fine.
Gosh,
I'm
Elgr.
cool, I got it now.
Can you read?
Okay, we've been over
I'm
this.
well read.
I am well read.
Believe
But
me,
look,
no
people,
one is smarter.
Look, we've got a big guy
People-
already. Thatcher's our new big guy.
okay.
Again,
Well, if
Oh,
Thatcher's the
specializes
big
in-
See in
guy,
the dark.
then
he
oh
can
my god.
help you with your eyesight. I mean, we know we can do this. Again,
Okay,
All right,
gentlemen.
look. Do I
how
need
long
to
is
prove
this?
something here to you, Tarsk?
Challenge, yeah.
Callie just like rolls her eyes.
Look, okay, as a Noxian, I have heard of Singed, right? Okay, I thought maybe it was that Singed. I see now, you're right. He was another of these alchemists. But if you want me to
Well,
prove something to you, then
Personal vendettas aside, guys, let's get a little bit more information on Crystal Smith Ellick, and let's move on so we can leave this land.
I quite like it too.
Somebody didn't eat breakfast.
I would love some breakfast.
All right. So let's go to this place that Thatcher has found out about. Oh, Thatcher, did you tell us that you found out about this?
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I give you guys.
All right, let us follow the directions.
Have you been walking or just arguing outside of the bar?
Oh, we're walking.
Just arguing
We're
outside of the bar.
Let's-
I don't think we
let's-
left.
Let's stand outside, see who comes out, and see if we can kind of get a feel for the people that might go in and out of this place.
Do we see the stained glass windows yet?
Yeah. So if you have been walking, you have actually found it.
Meandering.
You
Nice.
just you were just kind of like slowly, finally gotten. The stained glass windows, they don't look actually like glass. Like Elgr, Spia, Thatcher, because you're very familiar with like what glass actually looks like because you live in a little bit more modernized places. This isn't glass. This is like it's actually crystal. It is shaped and hammered crystal turned into panes of windows.
Very cool.
Is it expensive? Feel like we know that.
Pretty damn, yeah.
Is it like just solid colors, or is it like crystal that's made like stained glass in the sense that it's like pictures and stuff?
Yes, but not like it's not like the way that stained glass is, say, in a church. It's not like you've got like figures and things.
Oh, okay. So it's just like cool little designs and shit.
Yeah, kind of forming artistic symbols rather than being like a
Cool.
person.
All right. Is there a door?
There is a door, and on the door is a note pinned like with a nail, and it says, it's very, very poor handwriting, but it reads, "Forward my mail to the Church of the Glorious Evolved. Will be out of the office for the foreseeable future. Elec."
Oh.
Okay.
He has already been recruited. That makes
That's-
2 of them. Yes.
That seems to be the case. The Gray Boy is kind of involved in that. He seems to be involved in this now.
Excellent.
Excellent. Are you hoping to convert some people?
What? No, of course. Everyone is free to follow their own fate.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting enough then, little guy.
Do we
Okay.
see anything else around? Or are we just standing at the door?
You're just standing at the door. The windows are basically opaque because they're like shaped crystal, so you can't actually see anything through them.
I'm gonna kind of give like a little bit of an aside to Spia. Just be like, do you think we could maybe check out his place and before he gets back?
I'm like tapping my tools against the crystal, like let it come loose.
I would like to be oblivious to this and knock on the door.
Okay. Tarsk, who is too short to really read this note, just kind of sees that there's a piece of paper on the floor and instead just starts.
Oh no, I read it.
Oh, okay. So
Just knocking
Tarsk,
anyway.
who does not give a single bother about this, just. Do you guys think he's asleep or something?
No, Tarsk knocks like Tarsk knocks like, and then he waits.
Spia, maybe you
Yeah.
could help Tarsk out.
I just twist the knob. Is it locked?
Yes, it is locked. Well, the knob actually turns, but like when you push it, it's barred, like deadbolt, or like a
Yeah.
putting the piece of wood in front of the door, that sort of thing.
Well, it appears that he is not home.
Yes, and the note said something about the church. It's like the last place I really want to go, but
All
sounds
right.
like we need to
Ugh. Thatcher, say nothing if you're too weak to try to break down this door. Got it. All right. Ugh.
I
Oh
just
my.
kind of like looks at Elgr. Well, okay, well, we don't want to like make a scene out here in the middle of this town.
Tarsk
Surely.
has started walking back to the bar.
To the bar. Wait, Tarsk. Think you
We will
should
not meet again.
I think you draw around a little crowd, make a little distraction, maybe if you can get a cheer out of him, I can take care
Elgr,
of this
do you
door.
really
We
wanna
can
make
see
any-
if we
The
You guys
door is
really
in
wanna make
perfect
any
condition.
demo?
Why does it need care?
it's not so much care, it's about us getting to the other side of it.
Y'all do what you need to do.
You're talking
And
about.
Callie walks off with Elgr.
No, hold on, wait.
Tarsk.
Is there a crowd? You're talking about breaking in?
Okay, no, child, who I don't even know you.
We don't know him.
Oh God.
Oh, thank God, Thatcher's back.
This-
Are there any other entrances that we can see? Windows? Nothing. Just this door.
No, just the door. Like a lot of other buildings in Zon, it's basically, it's kind of like a New York City style thing where you've just got the door, and then there's like apartments and stuff above it, or like just kind of goes up, but it's not, it's not like you've got multiple entrances to the shop.
Do I even want to know what happened?
Callie rolls her eyes. No,
I suggested breaking down the door.
So
we
you
should
were.
head on.
You did what?
I suggested breaking down the door. We didn't do it.
Scandalous.
It would be. Kalia thought it would draw too much attention.
It will draw so much attention. So much attention. Let's go. Let's head to this fanatic church where we get to talk to these zealots and figure out stuff.
Right. Well.
I took offense to that.
So these zealots.
No, Tarsk doesn't say that.
Well, they should be your people, Tarsk. We'll let you lead this company.
Well, so the funny thing is, Thatcher does actually know a fair amount about the Church of the Glorious Evolved. He was never interested in them, or like he didn't, not really a religious guy, especially considering he's not a Zonite native. But their main cathedral is actually near his parents' bakery. Like it's on the floor above, in like on the bridge above. So
Wow.
he knows how to get there.
Okay.
We will head this way and try not to stare at the priest.
Excellent.
So
God, no promises.
technically, this is in Piltover. You have to go up, go on an ascender up to the top of.
Oh,
Up
their
to-
church is like on the upper city.
Well, it's technically in Piltover, but the Church of the Glorious Evolved is kind of one of the boundary markers for where Piltover and Zon turn into each other.
Nice.
Because there are a lot of there are a lot of different walking routes in, but this is one of the ones where you're like, yep, this is. People in Zon say, oh, well, it's just at the edge of Piltover, and people in Piltover say, yeah, it's just at the edge of Zon.
Nice. All right, let us go.
But yeah, so when you reach the first assemblage of the Glorious Evolved, the doors are open to the cathedral, and you can hear the somber tones of prayer and quiet organ music coming from inside, and a robotic usher, like a full robot, kind of C-3PO style, is standing at the door, facing into the church, watching the service.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should wait till that service is over.
Why?
I like Spia's point.
I
mean,
agree, Kalia. We
Thanks.
should not interrupt people's faiths.
Is a robot to where we could talk to it without interrupting people inside?
Oh yeah,
I would like to go and I would like to go and stand next to the robot and stand like this and just observe alongside him.
You're just standing next to him and watching.
Etcher was gonna walk up to the robot and ask him, so when's this stuff done?
And he turns around.
Oh,
and
as he asked that, Tar's like, shh.
So the robot turns around, and you realize he's not a robot. He's a cyborg. The entire nose down of his face is still completely organic, and one of his eyes is still a regular eye.
As soon as I see that, I'm just like, Thatcher, you got this.
everything else is mechanical. And he says, hello, welcome to the Church of the Grey Lady. I see you're untouched. Are you here to convert?
No, not in the least. But we would like to speak to somebody called Grey Boy, if he's around.
Ah, yes, the Grey Boy is one of our best and most loyal alchemists. If you have any business with him, please let us know and we will ring ahead for him.
I kind of turn back to Elgr and say, well, do we want to talk to the guy or do we want to...
I mean, should we talk to the Grey Boy first or should we talk to Elgr first?
Callie turns to the robot thing. Do you happen to know if the Crystal Smith Elgr is here, or maybe where he had went? We stopped by his shop, and there was a note to forward his mail here.
Yes. The Grey Boy and Elgr are working together under the direction of the Herald. I can call ahead to his machine shop and let them know. The Herald does get prickly when visitors come unannounced, and he smiles, but it's super weird because you literally nothing. God. You just get this weird lip curling.
Oh boy.
I would like to smile at him.
Hello, little one. Are you interested in learning more of the Grey Lady?
Yes. The faiths of your people intrigue me.
Our service is ending soon, but we will have another tomorrow at the same time in the morning. As we rise, as the Grey descends upon Zon, so does the Grey Lady.
Thanks.
Nice.
Is there pamphlets or books or anything that we can snag?
Yes, there's a pamphlet.
I take a pamphlet.
Okay, you take the pamphlet, and it's mostly talk. It it's the Glorious Evolved. Their entire purpose is to overcome the frailty of mortal form, and to it's like one of those those think tanks that work at uploading the human consciousness to the internet, that sort of thing. It's like that, but it's also a religion.
Hey.
I love these guys.
I love them.
I can barely look at them.
How soon till the service was over?
Of course, your eyes are so bad.
Oh my god! Damn it! Doing myself no favors, I see. Okay. Forward ahead to the machine shop then. I'm like talking to him with my eyes closed. I'm like, forward ahead
You're like,
to the machine shop then, and we will go there. You know, and if you forward ahead, they won't be upset.
of course not. The Herald will understand if you have business with the Grey Boy and Crystal Smith.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Cool.
Nice.
All right. I kind of
Do we
turn away.
know? Do we know that the Crystal Smith, like him selling stuff, is that above ground or is that quiet?
What shall I call you, my friend?
What, like the fact that the Crystal Smith is a chemtech, like that he sells his
That sells
services?
research, yeah. Is
Yeah,
that like
he's
legal?
yeah.
Okay.
Chemtech and alchemy is all legal and on.
Okay. Then I would tell the droid that we want to speak with the Crystal Smith because we are interested in purchasing.
Ah, yes, of course, purchasing augments from the Crystal Smith.
Yes.
A noble effort. I will call ahead. Please wait here as I notify them of your travel, and then I can give you directions there. And so he just kind of walks back into the, walks back in there and does his thing for a little bit, comes back and says, "Of course. The Herald's shop is down one floor on the entresol level, past the bakery, all the way down into the cliff."
Of course it is.
Hey, a bakery.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, it is my pleasure to help those in need of augmentation understand our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
Like, as you say, tell me more, I just start walking. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh god, I just
Okay.
can't.
Get out of the way.
I'm gonna grab Tarsh by the back of the neck and turn him around.
Oh,
We're
Just
going-
like hand on shoulder, just kind of steer him.
I'll meet you guys down there. I want to talk to this guy.
Mm.
You can always go to the service tomorrow, Tarsk.
What's your name? What shall I call you?
You son of a bitch, I hate you so much. Because the moment you ask what his name is, I blank. Give me a second. I've got a list of names here.
This guy is cool. He's my new best friend.
Boblin the Goblin? No.
Bob-
The, oh, sorry.
My name, before my conversion, was Colm.
Home. And
Now,
after your
we-
conversion?
Have lesser need for names. I have retained the name Colm as an individual identifier, but thanks to the glorious evolved, I have a greater purpose.
Cool.
Yep, Sally's tapped out.
Yeah, I imagine you guys have all like gone down a
Yes.
level or something like
Yeah,
that.
I'm
that's just
down.
kind of looking at Kai and everybody going,
Yep. Mhm.
Tarsk is intrigued by their fate.
Oh yeah,
If-
no, we know.
Tarsk is just gonna swap cults like all the time. Just like...
He's gonna be like, you know what? Who needs nothingness?
Little
Instead,
augment
I can
here.
be a robot.
But also
Guys, pretty
nothingness.
cool.
Lose
Welcome.
you lose your individuality. So what kind of life is there after that?
Welcome. It has been an absolute pleasure. I hope that we can converse more about your evolution tomorrow.
Pleasure is unnecessary, but I do hope that you come back. And he
Yeah.
smiles again.
So we're down at the bakery, and I'm like, Elgr,
Yeah.
where's your kid?
I'm gonna after that
Ah, son
conversation,
of a-
I kind of scurry off behind my party.
All right.
Okay, good. He's catching up.
So you do take the descender back down to the entresol and past Thatcher's parents' bakery, past all of the other markets and the street artists, and it is much quieter here toward the end of this shopping row. There are only a few individuals hanging around, some people that look like they might be doing some shady deals not suitable for public, or some people, taking some alone time with each other where no one's gonna watch. But at the end of the walkway, right at the edge of the cliff, the cliff face where Zahn kind of sank down is a set of plain metal double doors.
Hmm. So many doors lately.
Can we? Is
Can
there like
I-
a opening
Oh,
hatch or anything, or is it all,
No, it's just
it's all metal?
it's almost like these doors are so well engineered that it almost looks like one smooth slab of metal until you realize that there is a very thin crack down the middle, but there's no other markings on it or buttons or doorbells or whatever.
Okay, they're just gonna knock on the door and say that they called ahead about us.
So like you literally, your fist touches the door to knock on it, and the two slabs just slide open without a single sound. And you can smell the tang of motor oil and sweat mixing together from inside this workshop.
Yeah,
You
That
you
smells
hear
like
the
home.
sound of grinding saws, and then the sparking machinery deep inside this cliffside laboratory. And it almost is an ominous sort of mechanical grinding and hissing of steam, that this is not the kind of personal, the personal one-on-one human feel that you got in the rest of Zon. This is much more machine.
Elgr, they could definitely make you some better eyes here.
Look, the longer we're here, the less I'm about all of these augmentations. How could you be so smart and so dumb at the same time?
You'd be surprised.
What is your faith, Elgr?
I mean, I don't know.
Of course, it doesn't matter, as we will all end up in the unknowable nothingness.
A lot of
Do we,
people in the
But-
Freljord kind of pledge allegiance of sorts to certain spirits, certain leaders, but
And
my
I'm
family just
sure,
kinda made
just
their way
as you think
obnoxious.
that, and I'm sure, just as you believe that augmentation is frivolous,
It is.
many here would call your faith just as pointless. I want to
they wanna
look
call the
directly at him
natural
upwards.
you're gonna look directly
narrow
at
my
them
eyes at him.
afterwards. Look, they are welcome to their own faith. I just I have a right to think that they're misguided too.
Well, aren't we all?
All right.
Except you,
Thatcher,
right?
Lead
Alright,
the
do
way.
Yeah, that's your.
No, even I know not the true, unfathomable power.
Thatcher's gonna lead the way, walking through the laboratory, kind of cautiously looking at everything.
All right. As you all step inside the laboratory, as the last one of you through, the doors slide shut behind you. Again, not with a sound, so it's just you just are plunged into darkness. And then the floor, like runners on the sides of the floor, light up to light your way deeper into this workshop.
Okay, gonna continue on our way, leading.
Drop my fidget spinner, guys.
Oh.
You made me
what?
jump.
Sorry. Well, it was even worse. I dropped my fidget spinner into my pile of dice, so everything just went every.
Mm.
All
Okay,
right.
so
This place
Excellent.
gives me the creeps. Let's find out what we need to know and skedaddle.
yeah. So as you're walking through, I mean, you can still just hear the sound of sawing, of whirring, machines moving, sparking, hissing, just everything, all sorts of. Like Elgr understands the sounds of enterprise and industry, like metal on metal, machines, or not machines, but like the sound of work. And this is so much more impersonal. There's not, you don't get the grunts where you've got a guy hitting a piece of metal with a really big hammer.
Right.
Have any of that. It is industrial.
Pure machine. Pure evolution.
And so
Glorious.
you
Evolution's not the word.
you walk down this, lit hallway, and you eventually find a workbench. There is a long staff with it almost looks like a mechanical hand holding a giant. There isn't really a word that all of you would know to describe it. It almost looks like a gem, like a giant, like a giant staff with a gem in it, but inside it is lines of wire, gold. It is a computer inside of this casing.
Wow.
Do we see anybody there, or is it still we just kind of enveloped in darkness and that's there?
It is, well, this is kind of the first area that you've gotten to, rather than just this hallway. It's a workbench. It's got toolboxes, like an overhead light to like a directional light, and it looks like someone has been here recently because the soldering iron sitting there is still steaming or like still smoking.
I want to visuals to call out, hello? Is anybody here?
Oh, actually, I'm gonna take about 5 seconds because I need to my glass, get a cup for this because I have to do special effects in my own mouth.
A cup? Oh,
God.
Oh no.
GRLCS registration still open for another
Do it
week.
now.
Do it
An
now.
extra $10 added to your team though if you register starting tomorrow. But we have quite the lineup so far. Platinum is basically filled up. I mean,
It's popping.
it's popping in there.
Come to gold. Let me take your money. It'll be fun.
Forgot to grab this before the session. But as Thatcher calls out, hello, is anyone? You hear, please step away from my staff. We do not want anyone getting hurt, yeah?
Sally just kind of like takes a step back, even though she's like really not anywhere near it.
Nope, no one's trying to grab your staff.
And so you like turn, and behind you, somehow, you were walking down this hallway the whole time, but somehow not quite a man steps out. He has, he's wearing like a worker's smock and everything, but his hands are machined, and he's got a third arm kind of hanging over his shoulder, and he's wearing a metal mask. And he says, "Thank you. I did not want anyone touching my work. I am Victor. You are those that they call the head for, yeah?"
The what?
Those that they
Yes.
call the head for.
Where the head?
No, they call the
head.
head for us.
Oh.
We need some
Yeah.
eyes for him and ears for him.
No, that's Alex.
Yeah, I mean, I should probably talk like this.
No, we can hear it. Yeah. It was
No,
yeah,
no.
you're good.
Is it okay? It's just
It sounds good. It sounds good.
nice.
Nah,
I thought that in last session we had been given like a group title that I didn't know about.
Oh yeah,
No.
gotcha.
no group title. We're still individuals around here.
No, yeah, no worries. We're not trying to interfere with your work.
Whoa.
But oh no.
Um.
Oh no. Hello?
Did he just go super robot for anyone else?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
I think Discord died. Oh wait, I
No,
think we're
it's not
fine
Discord.
now.
It's not
Yeah,
Discord.
I can hear everyone again.
No, it was definitely Discord because my bars were red at the bottom.
Yeah, my bars went red the moment. Okay.
Oh, okay, so
No,
that was Discord.
It's
Yes.
Okay, just say that again.
Okay. No worries. We weren't trying to interfere with your work or anything. We're just I kind of look around to see if anyone wants to stop me from just kind of like what's
are
what we're
you
doing.
the herald?
No, of course not. I do not believe that to steal from one like me. And he like holds out a hand. It's mechanical and robotic, but he holds out a hand to like kind of shake your hand almost, because I assume Elgr is like in front.
Right. Okay. Sure.
Are you the herald?
That is what they call me. I am, not so much being a fan of that title, yeah? He puts too much importance on just simple inventor like me.
Oh,
I
that's
really
good.
hesitate hard, but I shake his hand.
So, you are here for the Grey Boy and the Crystal Smith, yeah?
That's correct.
I'm here to learn about glorious evolution.
The glorious evolution. Well, let's get your friends to their place with their meeting with the alchemists, and then maybe we can talk after. And so he like walks
This
over
guy's
and
so cool.
kind of steps through you guys, grabs his staff, and then just starts walking back down, walks down the hallway. And he takes you through, and it's, you know, there are other rooms like off of this off of this main hallway. There are other rooms, like looks like a recovery room almost, like a post-surgery, where you've got people who are like lying there with their entire face bandaged up, or like their legs all bandaged up, and he just kind of almost notices, even though he's in front of you and you're the obvious discomfort from Elgr and Callie, where you're just kind of being like, oh god, like what's going on here? What is he doing? He says, these are people who very much did not have anything else going for them in life. They come to me and come to the church because they are on their last legs, so to speak. And as you walk by a guy whose legs are all bandaged up, he just I make a pun. But they come to us in hopes of having better life, and we do our best to make sure that their human spirit can triumph over the frailty of their bodies. That is the purpose of the glorious evolution.
One way of putting it.
Wow.
Is it anyone else, or is that not so bad?
Callie just like politely smiles, but doesn't really. She knows it's probably best not to respond.
But
Thatcher's just kind of taking it all in, following along, just preparing himself for anything.
so you believe in the triumph of the human spirit, then?
The human spirit is the only, savable thing of the human condition. Having our minds and our souls implanted into superior technology. That is what I strive for.
Then what of emotion and feelings and whatnot?
Emotion, feelings, all those words, they complicate.
Good, bad?
I have not found good use for emotion.
Oh, okay.
I believe here we are. And so he brings you to a door, a door with a keypad sealed shut, and the arm on his shoulder reaches down and punches in a blindingly fast series of numbers. And the door slides open, and it's another workshop, but this one is maybe a little more formal, a little like longer. The benches are made of steel and have and have like a full complement, like a chemistry lab rather than somebody's garage car fixing station. And in this workshop are two men working across from each other. One of them he looks young, and he is wearing entirely gray. His hair is bone white, and the other one, a little bit, kind of a chubby dude in his late 30s, early 40s maybe, and he's got these giant like goggles with the little extendable eyepiece on them. And Victor taps his staff on the floor and says, "Grey boy, Alec, I believe these two are here for you. Or these guests are here for you too. And they both look up, and Alec actually looks surprised that anyone is here, and he just says, I
Wait, which
don't...
one's Alec?
The
Chemist.
the chubby one.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the chubby one looks surprised. He says, who are you? I don't think I ordered anything recently.
No, we're not here to deliver anything. We're here to inquire.
I believe I'm not open for business right now. I think I made that pretty clear on my note. It just said to forward my mail. You
Yes.
you don't look like you have any mail.
I mean, we have 3 mails,
message.
but that's okay. But look, we are trying to get to the bottom of something that happened in Noxus recently. We've kind of been following the trail, and on behalf of some other parties, we were just hoping to inquire a little bit about tourmaline, if you know anybody who would be looking for it, or
And
what uses it may have.
You
Right
see,
at it.
like, his eyes just roll in his head, and the other guy, the one dressed in all, just says, "Oh yes, the tourmaline. You must be the contractors from. Yes, I regret to inform you that you are quite late. We reordered from a different dealer." And he like walks over and he
Cool.
puts out a hand and says, "I'm sorry, I am the
I am the
alchemist
Great
in
One."
charge here." And Alec over at the bench is still just, "So you're the ones who were supposed to deliver the last shipment?"
Yes, the middleman. That is us.
Ugh. You bastards! And he like gets up and he pulls his goggles off, and he's got lines around his eyes. This guy has been working for like he's been hard at work. And he just goes up and he's fairly short. I mean, he's maybe like 5'6", whereas Elgr and Thatcher are like what 6'2", 6'3".
I like
and,
these guys.
And he shoves a finger right into the middle of your chest, like he's, "How dare you promised that you would get that shipment to me. You left us high and dry. We got our work stalled for a week and a half while we were waiting for you, and now you have the gall to come here and say that you're delivering. It doesn't even look like you have anything."
No,
No.
again, not delivering.
You know those you can sue for alliance damages if that's the case.
Look, stealing tourmaline from a Noxian mine, not easy.
Whoa. No one said anything about stealing.
That's what I
bought the
heard
we
from
bought the
Baron
tourmaline.
Butler.
Are you kidding me? And that's when Greyboy says, it was very strange how we were going to get so much tourmaline for such a low cost. Oh, I simply thought that it was a good deal. That's a shame.
Nice.
I hope nobody suffered."
Well, some
Do we
You're
believe
being
him?
guys.
suffered, but
Do you believe him?
Yeah,
Roll
can
me an
we
insight
check that?
check. Yeah.
How do I do?
Tarth believes him. I don't care what I roll.
20 plus insight.
D20 plus your insight.
Ooh, that was a 3 plus the passive insight.
No, it's
No, the insight.
Insight on your skill list.
Where is it? There we go. Oh, it's only a 5 total.
Okay, 5 total. He, like, Greyboy is surprisingly detached. Is the definite feel you're getting. He is surprisingly detached, or
Yeah,
having
he
been
is.
told that he purchased stolen goods from like the greatest military strength on the planet. He doesn't really seem concerned, but you're not sure whether he's being like cagey about it or whether he just really doesn't care that much.
Okay.
But so Alec, just get, like puts his hands on his. So you're telling me that we tried to buy stolen gems from that damned fool who thought that he could steal them from Noxus?
That's exactly
Noxus.
what he's saying. That's exactly what he's saying.
Did you know about this? And he and Grey Boy exchange a few words. Like, did you know about this? Oh well, I really did think that it was a good deal, but so you're saying that you knew? Well, I didn't say that. I didn't really consider the possibility that it was going to be stolen. But yes, it very well could have been. And so
that's
they go
recklessness right there.
back and forth for a little bit, like kind of accusing each other of being the idiot here.
You might be partially liable if that's the case. I'm sorry.
But so eventually Alec turns back around. Well, no thanks to you, we finally got our hands on the tourmaline we needed. And, well, are you interested in seeing what we put out? Because, well, if you've
As
got
he
the
says
coin...
that, Charles goes, yes!
Well, come on, Grey Boy, you want to set up the demonstration for them? And so Grey Boy goes toward the back to, like, put together a couple of things while Alec, puts his goggles on and, like, zooms the thing in and out a few times. He says, well, so we originally thought that we were going to use the tourmaline as a laser focusing system. It's a pretty cheap gemstone, and we figured that we could treat it to the point where we could use it as a better guidance system for the piloting of the Glorious Evolved. I've been contracted here to work with crystals for them. But so, come here, Grey Boy, and he brings over the thing, and it is a giant chunk of tourmaline. It is softball sized, like a flat-ish disc, almost like frisbee thickness, and softball diameter, and it is put into a little kind of cage harness sort of thing that's got these arms that go out and then extend up into this tiny little cage. It almost looks like an upside down like table or something where the arms kind of go up. And Grey Boy says, if anyone has any materials that you would not mind potentially losing in a fire, we do need a volunteer to test out our apparatus.
What does it do?
Does anyone? I wouldn't like to use my own tools. Anything of low value?
Oh. What does it? I'm pulling something out, but I'm asking, what does it do as I do it?
And Alec goes, well, so we were experimenting with the tourmaline. We thought that channeling lasers through it could help focus and you create a sort of prismatic effect, but we learned very quickly that tourmaline does not have those kind of properties. We figured out that it is in fact pyromagnetic. Now, for those of you who don't understand what pyromagnetic means, and it's you channel heat and energy through it, and suddenly it becomes an electromagnetic source. And so, do you have your thing yet?
Yeah. Do I know like what type of thing he'd be looking for?
He
Like,
he
just
literally is
like
like
metal,
asking
for
for
instance?
something.
Just like anything?
Yeah, literally anything.
Okay, I'll give him like an arrowhead from one of my arrows, I guess.
Okay, so like small-ish arrowhead, about the size of a post-it note, basically. And so Grey Boy takes this and he puts it, basically like 6 inches outside of this little cage. And so Alec's talking his whole like puffed up, like, oh, the pyromagnetic properties where you channel channel heat through it and electric current generates it. And he says, well, I think maybe for lay people like you, it might be a little bit easier to just show you instead of telling you. And he, goggles strapped on real tight, takes this little remote, and he punches the button, and the disc of tourmaline starts to spin, and you see red energy arcing out from it, hitting the edges of this cage, and this whole thing blazes to life in this little spherical crackling red energy ball, and you see the arrowhead just kind of shudder and then just jerk into the middle of the cage and sits there.
Nice.
So the pyromagnetic effect, as I was saying, channel heat takes a significant amount of energy. What we do gain out of it is that it will basically remove any unsecured object from the surrounding area and bring it into the center. We've been thinking of using it as a defense system, and possibly even, well...
So it just like gravity bombs and like pulls things in?
It's old enhanced Victor W.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, is that what they're doing? Yeah, I gotcha. Sure. Cool!
Well, that's a pretty impressive development and use of that technology. Is there any particular reason you were trying to make something like this, or just really for the science of it, and then you figure out what to apply it to later?
Well, very simply, we thought that we could use it for something else, and that tourmaline would be a good catalyst because it was cheaper and generally less used than many other alchemical gems. But we did figure out that with this, we could treat it with Chemtech to enhance the unique properties of this gemstone. And, well, now the Herald is a little more of a magnetic personality.
As if
You guys
you weren't
like
already.
puns. I like that you
Yeah.
like puns. That's fair enough. A little more respect. All right. Well, I kind of I know they could probably hear me, but like I'm talking to like the group. I mean, seems like we know what happened with the tourmaline. Seems like we've got things sorted.
So, okay. Do we, out of character, so they basically said that they didn't know they were buying stolen tourmaline, whatever.
They
but
might
we
have
still don't-
known, but they didn't try.
They didn't
actively.
necessarily care or whatever. So again, we're kind of like, as a group, we're like back at the starting point where we don't know.
Well, like in a way, right? Like we were. I'm just gonna go back to in character.
So
So
we were the middleman, and so they just.
well, they think that they do think that, but like
right,
as
but
far
but
as
they don't know that yet. Yeah.
right. But I'm just like us, like so, we. This part I'll be a little bit quieter, so maybe they can't hear me. Like we, got set on this path to find out why tourmaline was stolen from the mine. We came here, we found out Butler stole it, we wanted to find out why, and we did. And it seems like it was something they just wanted for, scientific research. That's what they do. And then extra quietly, Butler's did. And this doesn't seem like it's something that's a threat to Noxus or any sort of peace. So, I think...
Thatcher kind of leans in and even quiet, Elgr's gonna go, they said we were the middleman and they just bought it. So how are they communicating with it? They've obviously never met the people.
Right, I mean, they were the middleman. Like, we came here to tell them, in their mind, that we weren't able to get the tourmaline. They found tourmaline a different way. Through somebody else, that's fine. That's not our problem. At least not right now. But I mean, as far as what we were looking into for Harkonnen and what we were looking into for Invedia, I think we've found out what went down with that mine.
All right.
And the person who was
but aren't you-
responsible is dead.
I just ignore him. I'm like, so, chubby boy. What? When you were looking for us and you couldn't find us, where did you look?
Look for you. We what? We never looked for you.
Who delivered last time? Before
last
us?
time? No, this was a.
Oh,
Who
no.
did you say you were?
The middleman.
We were the middleman that was hired by Baron Butler to help try to acquire tourmaline, but we were unsuccessful due to the Noxian presence in Butler's plan.
Okay. Yes. We heard about Butler crossing the Empire, or we heard about Butler's. See now that crossing the Empire of Noxus is not without its problems, but I didn't ever look for the middleman. When you never showed up, I assumed you had gone south and that I would need to procure our materials from a different source.
I think my friend here was just wondering why you didn't come looking for us when we didn't show back up, because we were in some sort of trouble, but that wasn't your responsibility. That would have been Butler's, if anyone. No worries, sir.
It's perfectly all right. I understand how touchy some of these business dealings are. I don't blame you for... Well, I blame your employer.
Contractor.
He is definitely not one who's thought through the consequences of perhaps trying to steal from the greatest military might in the world.
Well, Butler's not much of a thinker.
No, and I hear that he's not much of a breather either, after what happened yesterday.
Unfortunate.
Right.
So if
you-
that will be all, did you have anything else? Were you interested in... I heard someone say something, you large gentleman there, one of you said something about his eyesight?
No. It's just it's an inside joke, really. My eyesight is fine.
Sort of.
Victor, made some fair points. Trying to help the human spirit persevere beyond the human form, but at the moment, still got a pretty
What
great
kind
human
of
form going
optical
on.
enhancements
So,
do you offer?
Little nearsighted here and there.
oh my god.
Yes, I can see that you're a strapping young lad. It looks like. You're probably not from around here, are you? You look like a country boy. But
Yeah, a little bit, suppose. Compared
Yes,
to you guys in your city here.
Yes,
Definitely.
well, I'm. If you end up spending perhaps more time than expected in our wonderful little city here, then you may be coming back to me for help, potentially.
Are you talking about augmentations? I mean, I really think, like, I just, like, start flexing. I really think, like, I'm good right now. Like, Victor made some fair points. Like, it's all right. I get it. But, I'm set at the moment.
That's your kind of pessimist show. Don't strain yourself. It's fine.
Okay, like, do you want to wrestle? Like, what is the, like, just completely disengaged from the situation we've been in?
while
Like,
they're-
we wanna
While
settle
they're
this?
having this little debacle, I would like to say, what optical enhancements do you offer?
Well,
Or optical augmentations do you offer?
the augmentations that I offered, the optical versions of them usually center around night vision crystals. Very good for that. All I would have to do is drill into your skull a little bit and attach a sensor array to the backside of your retina, and then just implant a crystal eye replacement so that you could.
Which one of them is
see-
talking? Is it Alec talking?
This is Alec
Yeah, yeah.
talking.
Which one of them has the goggles?
Alec still has the goggles
Alec.
on.
Okay, I want to be like, wait, can I get some goggles like those?
Oh no! I'm sorry. I know these are my personal design. Don't sell them to
So-
every Tom, Dick, and Harry that
so
walks in.
That procedure, that sounds a little bit intense. So it's not like an outpatient in and out in the same day. There's recovery time.
No, yes, there's a fair amount of recovery time. I do have a very fair financial deal going on currently. I will allow you to recover in my laboratory. You won't have to go anywhere else. So if you're interested, it is a limited time offer. I won't be doing this once I get back to my regular shop.
Oh.
Maybe another time.
We'll have to keep that in mind. If you wouldn't mind, where did you get your from?
Sorry, you cut out a little bit. Well, where did you get your what from?
The tourmaline. Where did you find the tourmaline you needed?
Oh, we did have to import it at greater cost, of course. This one was actually done through above board channels. We imported it directly from a sand mine down in Shurima. They were
Oh,
Shurima,
I like that place.
do you have a personal connection to the region?
it's where my people are from.
Ah. Well, it's
Well,
interesting.
in a sense, I suppose.
Interesting group that you have here. You are from Shurima, but this wilderness country boy is also with you.
So out of character, Tarsk is still operating as though he's not part of this group. He just happened to come in at the same time. You remember because Victor asked, like, what are you here for? And I was like, I'm here to learn about the glorious
Yes.
evolution.
Yes,
So anyway.
you are here for a different reason, but you're still here. Yeah.
Yes. What is the best way to become more knowledgeable about your glorious evolution?
Oh, well, between you and me, I'm not really a proponent of their... What the hell?
This is Alec talking to me?
Yeah, this is Alec talking to you. I'm not really
Okay.
a proponent of their movement. It's a little extreme for my tastes. If you're going to talk about the glorious evolution, though, I don't have anything against it. I would, however, suggest that you talk to, one of their clerics rather than an unaffiliated alchemist such as myself.
Oh, I see. And what is it that you ascribe to in its place?
Well, enterprise. I
Oh.
have my own personal niche in this city of alchemists. I do my own research, and I sell my research to those who can benefit from it. It's a pretty simple business model.
Oh.
Are there other alchemists in the area that you would know of that might not have gotten a deal with the middleman? Have you heard anybody else so frustrated so we could go make amends with them?
No, I believe that most who have worked with Baron Butler in the past either benefits them greatly, or they never talk to him again. He's quite the polarizing businessman. Was quite the polarizing businessman, I suppose. Not many people are shorted by him multiple times.
All right.
He's just gonna nod his head and look at the group and just do like this and start walking back out.
All right. Well, we will definitely consider your limited time offer. Much appreciated on that one.
Can you, sorry, out of character, can you explain the limited time offer he was making again?
He was saying that because it's not like a 1 day in and out procedure for his optical surgery, he was saying that he will be so generous as to allow you to recover in this lab after you're finished, rather than having to go somewhere else.
Cool.
Yeah. Generous.
All right.
All right. But I appreciate your time. I'm glad that you were understanding of the Tourmaline Noxian predicament with Butler. Yeah. Thank you very much.
I froze. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll turn off my camera and turn.
We'll let Vid fix that real quick.
Is it
Trying to get
better?
girls, yes. Join us. No.
There's just like a single little break in our stream. Join GRLCS. Sign up.
Do a GRLCS.
Yeah, so I guess we'll take this time for anyone who wasn't here with us at the very beginning. GRLCS standard registration ends in about 2 hours. after which point you will have to pay a late fee of $10 per team. In which, if you're excited about GRLCS as we are, but you're not registered yet, totally should do that within the next
That
2
man
hours.
in a onesie.
It
What?
looks like he might be wearing a Pikachu onesie. Josh is.
Yes.
He
It's
is
a
That-
definitely
Pikachu
wearing a
onesie.
Pikachu
Well,
onesie.
I'm done
If you
for-
don't know what GRLCS is, it is a league-style tournament for League of Legends. Takes place on a North American server, so unfortunately for those of you on EU West or anything else, sorry about that. But additionally, GetRect will be putting on Legends of Runeterra tournaments after a certain period of time, as well as the Teamfight Tactics tournaments. The Teamfight TFT Saturdays will be ending tomorrow with the grand finals, but do look forward to more TFT tournaments coming soon. And yeah, those are kind of the brief overview of
Those
the
are big
events
things.
to come from
Hmm.
GetRect.
Is it-
And as soon as David gets his camera reconfigured, we shall
There he
resume.
goes.
There we go. Perfect. Nice timing. Nice timing.
Okay, cool.
I'd like
I
to ask
couldn't- yeah.
Victor. I'd like to ask Victor. What's the most important augmentation? What should I do first?
So you kind of leave the other two alchemists, and Victor is waiting for you in the hall. And he says, "I trust you had good conversation with them, yeah?"
You can say that.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I dropped there.
Oh, he said, "I trust you had a good conversation." Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Elec and the Grey Boy, definitely good inventors in their own right.
It is good to hear. I contracted thinking, well, we would do great things for the glorious evolution, but it turned out we maybe made greater strides in different direction. There is some young upstart inventor up in Overcity, you see. He calls himself the future, or the
Shit. Wait.
Defender of Tomorrow.
Defender of Tomorrow.
Oh my god, I guessed! Ah!
Thinks of himself as protecting Piltover from us filth down in Zone. He recently made attacks the Church of the Glorious Evolved, and so we try to protect ourselves better. This is what we are using Tormal.
Oh.
So,
Gotcha.
was this attack unprovoked? Like, it's simply just because he doesn't agree with your way of living?
There is long history between the two. We used to work together as students, see? And we differed in opinion, and eventually it came down to a point where we clashed. He stole from me. I accused him formally, and he did not take so well. And now, where we were once friends, now we are not quite that, yeah?
Unfortunate.
I am boring you with life story. It's not
no.
important to you. Of simple, tourmaline merchant, yeah?
Of course.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I think our friend Tarsk here might be visiting the church tomorrow, and I can say at least myself I'm glad to have met you all.
It is good to have met you too, yeah? Sometimes it's good to see the triumph of human body rather than just spirit. You strong young man.
And the hand on his shoulder reaches down and pats you on the shoulder.
All like he's complimenting me, so all of my kind of hesitations around all the robot people are just totally gone at the moment. I'm just Yeah, thanks. Like,
Yeah, I am big and strong.
Maybe sometime you come back. Maybe
Yeah.
do a little experiment with you.
you know, maybe.
I am thinking it might be better if, say, you have superpower punches. Yes, you seem, strong man. You do a lot of hitting of things. So
Man.
maybe we power you up a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still new to Zon. So all of the the augmentations, the evolution, it's a little out there for me. But I do think what you were saying about the whole frailty of the body, and being able to preserve the ability of the human spirit to do what it wants to do. That's a different take on it.
Inspirational.
No, well, it's a different take on it than I considered when I came to Zon. So I appreciate a bit of a better understanding of what you all do. Maybe when my body gives out, maybe I can come back and say hey, but probably not anytime soon.
We'll bring you back in a few.
I had
months.
stormed ahead, and I'm at the door, putting my hand on it, trying to get it to open. It's just sealed.
So yeah, so Spia is trying to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I'm bored.
as
There's
we're
nothing to
leaving-
steal. I'm clawing.
This guy's flattering me, so I mean, Elgar's just stuck here taking compliments until someone drags him out.
So
As-
eventually, Elgr and Victor are just kind of walking Tarsk there with them, and you
Yeah,
are
as we're
slow
leaving-
because you're talking. But
Yeah, as we're leaving, I want to ask Victor, hey, what's the most important augment to get in order to truly become a part of the glorious evolution?
Well, this is an interesting question. The most important augment is not any mechanical process. It is the state of mind that you put yourself in to understand. Weakness is unavoidable in human body. Legs get sore, hearts fail, lungs get poisoned. But to understand and to overcome through hard work, through perseverance, that is the most important augment. That of the mind. Well, my little friend, it seems that our first meeting is at its end. I let you go now, and if you are interested, tomorrow I will be at church.
Excellent.
So perhaps I will see you there.
Yes.
and he puts his hand on the door, and it slides open for you.
Ah, thank God. Storm out.
Well, perhaps I will be seeing you.
All right.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Whew. All right, so as soon as we're kind of clear of that spot, I'm like, guys, mission accomplished, right? Butler's dead. He's the one that did the tourmaline stealing and or was, indirectly responsible. I mean, I guess we don't know who the middleman was per se, but and we've got what Invedia wants. We know what happens, and the guy responsible is dead.
Well, we still need to know who the middleman was, shouldn't we?
I mean, maybe, right? I guess the middleman was directly responsible as opposed to kind of the guy that gave the order, but,
Yeah, I'm not sure it necessarily matters, I suppose. I think we have enough to take back to her.
I mean, I'm sure there's many people that would be willing to try to steal from the Noxian Empire for the right price, and if it meant, they wouldn't be responsible, the middleman's one of those groups, perhaps. We could let her know. Maybe she would know more about it and could dispatch someone to take care of that person if they needed to. But we know what the tourmaline was for. We found the person, kind of responsible for it. I'd say good job. I don't wind up in the Noxian military. You guys preserve peace or whatever everybody's motivations were, and sweet.
So,
To
should we?
make our way back, then that's
Yes, well done, my friends. We have accomplished our goal.
Thatcher, are you staying here in Piltover then, or do you have anywhere else to go at this time? I mean, is Harkonnen is that your employer? Is that where you plan to stay?
I'm not planning on staying here.
Nvidia, promised us some reward upon return. We can let her know that you were instrumental in helping out. Maybe she could help you get started in Noxus if you didn't want to remain here in Zon.
Maybe you could come back with me to Ionia, to our homeland.
All right.
My mom had always talked about retiring in Ionia. I was gonna anywhere.
It's a beautiful
Set up
place.
shop.
My friends, why are we speaking of splitting up? Our journey has only just begun.
I mean, it's not. It's not that we're splitting up, Tarsk. It's we had to come on this mission and we did it. Maybe Nvidia might not let me off the hook, to be quite honest, knowing how Noxus typically operates, but I'd probably take a lot of things over winding up in a warband.
So how do we go about getting back to this Vishia?
In Visha! Okay, see, look, I'm not the only one guys, you make fun of me, but it's a natural way
Why
to
would
say
that
the
even
name.
make this mistake? He hasn't seen it spelled out.
I don't care, I love it.
I mean, Elgr, you could always come as a refugee to Ionia as well. Like, a blacksmith of your talents could be useful.
I mean, I think you and I both know how Noxus is. I don't think they're really people that are ready to give up what they think is theirs.
Spia, are you gonna stay here in Piltover as well? I mean, this is your home, isn't it?
I mean, you did come to Noxus to get away from here.
I was just seeking adventure a little bit. We got some.
It is not our fate to be separated here.
Yeah, I don't think we should go back just yet. If Elgar's nervous, we could always just send Mbisha a letter.
I mean,
it's a 5-day
I hadn't
trip.
really considered not going back to Noxus. That's not to say that it's not something I
So,
shouldn't
do you
consider.
guys want to just head back to the inn and maybe regroup and discuss your future together?
Yeah, I figured we were having this conversation on the walk back to our inn.
But so you are going back to the inn?
Yeah. I mean, if I go back, I either wind up a blacksmith again, maybe a slightly higher position in Noxus. Maybe doing this favor for Invetia might help me out. But alternatively, she knows I don't want to join a warband. And I don't know if she would plan to hold that against me or not. But being in a warband is not the kind of life I would like to lead.
Of course not.
And it will not be our life, Elgr. Do not worry.
Right,
I mean-
but I mean, if
Well,
that's
you'll have
not
us,
what she
though.
has in mind for me, I don't know what she might have in mind for me.
Oh, there are many plans for you, Elgr.
I'm gonna take that, as with many things you say, Tarisk. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, and kind of ruffle his head again.
Lars,
Tars,
do you want to stay here with the church, perhaps? It seems like you would do well here.
Oh, I am very interested in their teachings, but it is our fate which is intertwined together. I don't know about you, Thatcher, but but I like you personally.
Tarsk, where is it you're wanting to go?
Say again.
I said, Tarsk, where is it that you're wanting to go? I feel like you were kind of just stumbled upon this company and...
I go where I am sent. I know not where it will be.
Do your parents know you're missing?
I mean, when we first met him, Nvidia was the one who sent him along with us. I mean, knowing that he was capable, I suppose, we didn't really ask too much after that. If I assumed sorcerer, he seemed to have some slight abilities of persuasion. So I don't know. I guess we never asked. Where are your parents? I hope that your parents are also not dead.
My excuse me, sorry. I am not as young as I might appear.
Do Shreemans age more slowly, or it's not something I've read about, but
how would I answer this? I'm just gonna change the subject real quick. Something fate something.
All right, I'm sorry I asked. Darsk, it's all good. As you just sort of ramble on about a noble nothingness and what is age and the greater picture, the big picture.
Eventually, age matters not. We will all eventually something a noble nothing. Something.
All right, fair enough, Tarsk. Well, if we could send Nvidia a letter, right? I mean, I don't know if she'll send us back a reward, but puts a delay on me having to go back.
Well, we can see if she wants us to look into that middleman any farther, or if she's happy.
She would have another task for you guys to complete.
As far as I know, no, but maybe with a satisfactory result, she may want to send us on another trip. But, you know, as much as, you know, we've been traveling and you guys are great, it's not that I don't dislike any of you. It's just, I miss home. Ionia is a beautiful place and filled with natural magic and beauty and, you know, the stillness of mind and soul and the balance
yes,
of all
but
things.
those Ionians are so difficult to work with.
I say that we always strive for peace and, you know, of course, every country will have difficult leaders or figureheads in certain places, but I don't know.
Do you really strive for peace?
We strive for balance.
I just
balance
ask.
In all things.
It seems like Noxus typically wouldn't conquer by force if people would willingly join.
Why would
I surrender.
I mean, I'm just saying you could have, you know, avoided some bloodshed in Ionia.
Our lands are untainted by anything else in this world, and there would be, what reason is there to for us to submit to a entity that feels they are superior in some way to us, while we're the ones with the beauty and the natural magic? And
you know what? You're right. Why would Ionians want the peaceful resolution? That's of course. That's why would I think? Why would I think that?
Is it peace if you have to give up your home and your life and your way of living to submit
Yeah, I
to
don't like it when mommy and daddy fight.
Look, I'm not a fan of everything.
Him.
I'm not a fan of everything Noxus does, but they do, you know, allow cultures to maintain themselves within the Empire.
They don't. What they're doing is unnecessary. What they're doing is completely self-centered and not for the greater good.
I won't
So,
disagree
we're
with
gonna
you there.
send a letter.
That's just kind of hearing Kalia talk about this and just kind of he's for the first time he's quiet and just remembering everything he's going through and says, I think I do need to do something in Ionia, so I would vote him there.
Right. I mean, look, I know I was coming down on Ionia a little bit hard.
It's
You know, a lot of people in
understandable.
Noxus,
You're
their
from
families
Noxus,
were,
so.
affected as well by all of that. But it was
But their
Noxus
homelands
that,
weren't trying to
threw the
restrict
first
them.
rock, so it were. But
We'll
no,
defend
I'm
what's ours.
not particularly eager to go back. If we sent Invedia a letter, maybe I could try to delay my return.
Let's send it. If you guys are set on Ionia, we can offer some quests in Ionia. But let's see what she
I'm
says.
not
'Cause I don't.
necessarily set in Ionia by any means. I mean, that's my ultimate destination. If that's where our journey ends together, then that's where it ends together. But
Our journey
Together, I don't know about that.
is not
Sounds
where
Our
I want
journey
to
together has
boring.
much a way to go. Of that I have faith.
We'll see.
Well,
Elgr, would you like to
Alright.
write the letter, or
I was gonna say we want to draft a letter.
yes, of course. All right, I have like books and stuff. I probably have a little bit of paper.
sure we all
Kind of get my stuff out.
Are you sure you know how to write the letter?
I don't even say
That's
anything.
easy.
I'm just like, whoosh, like kind of get my quill out and kind of like penmanship excellent, like. Dear Invetia, comma. I am pleased to inform you that, and I'm
Should I be
reading.
writing this.
and I'm gonna be.
telling the event.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it out loud as I write it, so you guys can interject with anything. I am pleased to inform you that
We are pleased.
I go back. I put a little scratch through. We are pleased to inform you that we found out who came after the Tourmaline and why. Scientists in Zon and Piltover were looking for Tourmaline as they pursued, new inventions with the gem.
Scientific study.
War machine.
Yeah, as they pursued, new things with the gem. They
You
went through.
glorious technology.
They went right. I'll write that down. I don't.
Tars can read.
No, I'm not. I'm not like writing this in front of you. I'm like reading it aloud as I write it. The Tourmaline was stolen by someone known as the Middleman, hired by Kimbaran Butler, who was also working with Kimbaran Harkonnen, who was not aware of Butler's illegal pursuit.
Involvement.
Yeah, illegal pursuit of Noxian Tourmaline. Butler and his organization have been disposed of. We do not believe Harkonnen or the inventors ever wanted to steal from Noxus.
I am so far behind typing this.
It's
Go
okay.
back and watch the VOD.
We don't believe that they were responsible for stealing for this, and they seem to have learned their lesson not to mess with Noxus after seeing what happened to Butler. I'm just gonna put in big letters, mission accomplished, Elgr. And then I write everyone else's names. After I take a moment to appreciate mine.
Should you tell her that that she'll find us and should she need to respond?
Well, we send word that we succeeded. It's it's a big world. We can send a letter from Ionia once we get there, maybe. No need to rush things.
Yeah, maybe we...
Look, I mean, getting out of Noxus for the first time and not having to just be a blacksmith, and, you suggesting going to Ionia, it's not really something I have considered given my situation, but, maybe there's a life out from under her thumb. But I don't know. I also don't want to draw her ire or anything.
So maybe we wait for a response before we leave this country?
Yes, I think we should wait and rest. Go to church tomorrow.
Yes!
I'm a little nervous about that war machine. I want to poke around a little longer
Or
on that one.
we say we're gonna go to church. Hear me out. We don't.
What?
I mean,
Thatcher, you
Why
can
would
join
you
me
not want to go
with
to
morning meditation.
hear the
if
word
you'd
of the
like.
glorious evolution?
Yeah, I kind of want to hear
I, for one,
how
am
much
very...
claws would cost.
oh man.
Well,
Not one
I,
for
for one, will be attending church.
Not one for
That'd be great
meditation,
for
but
you.
sitting in silence does sound nice. After
Oh,
all
it's
of
not
this.
silent.
So once we get back to the inn,
Oh, I thought we were writing the letter in the inn.
oh, I guess I
Okay.
imagine just like writing it
We're,
and
like,
walking
chilling
for
in
some
our
reason.
room.
Just like
Okay, cool.
in the air with your
Right.
quill
No,
No, I
like
guess
on a
it's really
notebook,
like-
right? Like on a notebook, on a
While
notebook.
you're walking.
Thatcher's bent over and you're writing it on his back in the hallway.
All right. So, letters written. We'll get this sent to Invedia. I mean, seems like mission accomplished. I actually just kind of real quickly will scrap up a pretty similar letter to send to Harkonnen because I don't really want to go back, but I want him to know that we figured out what the tourmaline was for and everything's good. Draft that too. I'm like, all right, so kill a little time. Spia, you have something you want to look into, or did you say
Yes.
that as you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it'll be tomorrow at church. When
Right,
they're
okay.
all-
So we don't have
there.
anything we want to do today then.
No.
I tackle Thatcher.
Why?
Roll.
Elgr.
Been
Attack.
poking fun at this all day. About to find out who's stronger.
Allie like backs up against the wall, but like you can tell she's like visibly like, hell yeah.
Duel.
Crosses her arms.
Oh, I'm not. I don't have like a
Doesn't
weapon
matter.
drawn. I just tackle him.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
no,
I'm just trying to prove I'm not as weak as he thinks I am.
Okay.
You really want to do this?
I tackled you. I'm just like trying to pin you while you're talking. Like,
David, what does he roll?
Roll. Was it successful?
Oh, for a tackle? Grapple him.
grapple him? That's a opposed athletics then?
Opposed athletics.
Ooh, I rolled a
and-
19.
Well,
What's my
I was going
modifier?
to say Thatcher take 5 off because it's a surprise attack.
Nice. I've got a total of
Uh,
24
seven.
on this tackle.
Minus 5, it's 17.
Oh, okay.
Minus 5 at 17. Holy shit! What?
So this is like this is like at the inn.
Yeah, it's just it's at
Yeah.
the end.
Okay, so you are in your room, like Thatcher has joined you, and out of nowhere, finish writing your Conan, and then you just and you just put him to the ground. Thatcher, how would you like to respond?
I want to buckle him and throw him off to the side.
All right, grapple check again, contest it.
So is that athletics?
I rolled a 16. I'm rolling high.
It's
That's a-
16 plus your athletics.
Yes. I rolled a 16. 21 total.
19.
Yes.
Total 19. Okay, you
So
again,
Elgr takes your pin.
yeah, rolling around on the ground, and it still manages to end up that Elgr is on top.
All right, that just getting a little frustrated, so you see him kind of start to not Hulk out, but just like, all right, he's gonna have to take it serious. So he's gonna, I don't know what I'd call it.
He's gonna
You're gonna rage?
He's gonna. No, I'm not gonna rage just yet, but he's gonna see the bed. He's gonna try and throw Elgr's top half into the corner of the bedpost to daze him.
Oh, okay.
Bash me against the bedpost.
All right, make a grapple attack, like a grapple check.
Okay.
Yeah, another contested grapple check. See if you hit him, or like to see if you can like get him.
I rolled an 11. 16 total.
15 plus my modifier is 20.
All right. And now Elgr roll a Constitution save.
Oh, boo. I rolled a 5 plus 5, 10.
All right. So Thatcher, finally realizing that is doing this for pride, decides to get a little bit cheeky and bucks him sideways into the bedpost. Elgr smashes his head against the bedpost and just crumples on the ground.
Oh,
he is
fuck!
dazed.
I'm
Yeah.
dazed.
Get up, grab one of the pillows off the bed and throw it and try and slam it into Elgar's ribs.
So Elgr is like holding his head on the ground. And Thatcher, you roll a weapon attack, not proficiency, but with advantage.
God, crap. I'm gonna drop that one. Oh, God. 3.
Oh,
What?
no.
How?
You rolled a
The first one was-
d20.
The first one was a nat 1, and the second one was 3.
Oh, okay. But
You get
so
to add something to it.
Yeah.
No proficiency, so it's just a 3.
Well, it's a 3 plus your strength, but
Which would be 7.
okay. So Thatcher just kind of like beats Elgr with this pillow, but it's more like a pillow fight kind of hit than like a knock the wind out of him. And actually, Thatcher gets. Wait, Thatcher Elgr. Okay, yeah. So that was Thatcher's free attack because Elgr was dazed, and now Elgr, you have like caught your breath because he hasn't, because his pillow fight did not go according to plan.
Alright, he just bashed me against that and dazed me and then hit me with a pillow. I'm just like, he didn't hit me very hard, so I'm taking that like it was like a pity slap. Like he just like a
Now
white
your
glove
fight
in the
is even more
face.
injured.
I'm gonna bonus action activate my storm rune, so my eyes
God.
start glowing, and it gives me kind of like a light prophetic state, right? It's kind of like a Volibear prophet herald storm thing going on, and so I can use my reaction to get advantage on an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check with my reaction. And after I activate with my bonus action, I'm going to use my reaction to get advantage. And I'm going to go to try to sweep his legs since I'm on the ground and he's up above me.
All right. Not sure what that is. Weapon attack. Yeah, make a weapon attack against him.
With advantage, I got an 8. Plus an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
So, shit, that's just like an 11.
All right, Thatcher.
What an anticlimactic eye glow.
What is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 14 with the modifier.
All right, so that's a +2 modifier, which means your natural AC is 12. So Elgar's sweep the leg attack does not manage to catch you off guard. You cannot knock him to the ground. Elgr is still on the ground. Thatcher, he just tried to knock you over with his feet. What do you do?
Do I see him activate his rune?
Yeah, you see his eyes crackle, and then he just kind of spins, tries to.
Okay, I'm gonna step back and motion to go ahead and stand on up, and then I'm gonna go rage and just kind of look at him. Like,
Go to a rage. You stand back. Fuck. Oh my god, dude.
I'm just gonna nod my head like that. Rage.
No.
Like, all
He
right.
just does the whole like Jackie Chan like.
Holy shit! And you go into a rage? Fine, we're going at it. We're going at it. I get up.
So rage, I gain advantage on strength checks and melee damage.
Yep.
Dude, you know what? I activated the storeroom. I thought the eye glow was gonna be cool, but if you're gonna play me like that, it's like, all right, you think you're a big man? As I get up and I activate my Giant's rune.
Wait, do you say you think you're a big man?
I do.
Okay. Arska's like, he's fairly large actually.
I activate my
Smart.
Giant's room. It does say I won't grow if it's like too big for the space I'm in. So like when we're in this
Yeah.
room, I won't
So,
like
yeah.
grow bigger than the room. But I get bigger.
So you kind of bow your head a little bit as you feel the top of your
How
hair
fast
like
you-
brushing the.
How fast do you grow when you activate it?
I mean, it's a bonus action, so pretty quick, I suppose.
All
But
right,
I was
like-
kind of imagining a slower grow as I kind of get up.
Yeah, I was. As you're growing, I want to kind of like usher Spia and them out of the room. I'm like, he's gonna get big, boys.
Oh no, I'm here. Like Callie's like
Here,
sitting against the
you're
wall,
here for
like-
this.
Thatcher's like, he's a grower. not a
She
grower."
wants the
Alright.
win.
All right, as soon as you fucking say that, I just try to punch you. Like it's just like wrestling
right.
out the window. You fucking
Weapon attack or
Just gonna
improvised weapon attack.
punch your ass. 13. No, not total. 13 plus my strength. 16.
Well, that hits because you're both
I'm just
unarmored right
punching. All right.
now. Yeah, you're just punching. So that's
That's just my
close.
strength for damage then.
So
It's
not
strength
armor
plus
class?
1.
Okay.
Strength.
Your natural armor class when you don't have armor on is 10 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, then it's 14 when I take my chainmail off.
Should be 12, right?
Wait. Do barbarians, when they're unarmored, add their constitution to their armor too?
Oh wait, yeah, barbarians.
Yeah. So it's 14 because he's got his constitution and his dex.
Yeah. Okay, let me. I never play with barbarians.
No,
so-
you're good. That's like I forgot that was a thing, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
that's okay.
yeah. So 14, but 16 hits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16
Sweet.
does hit.
You give me that grower not a shower line, and I just go to fucking deck you. And I guess so. It's my. I think when you hit someone, it's just your strength, right?
Unarmed strike.
Yeah, it's just
Is,
it's your strength.
Unarmed strike is
1d4.
1 plus
Oh,
strength.
Yeah, okay, 1 plus strength. I just hit you.
Yeah.
I just go straight across the face. You take 4 damage. Well, half that because you're raging, but
All right, I'm gonna take that on the chin. I'm gonna just grab you by the shoulders and just headbutt.
All right. So because he is now a large character, he has advantage on strength checks against you. But because you're raging, you have advantage on strength checks. So those cancel out. Make a contested strength throw.
just 1 dice.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15,
16.
20 total with my modifier. I rolled a 15. Sorry, I need.
Athletics.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
athletics plus 19.
Oh, my
Alright.
total's a 20.
All right. So Thatcher grabs him and tries to just headbutt him in the face, and like Elgr is he's just bigger now, and Thatcher just kind of underestimated that, so he can't like kick him around like the might have been to while raging when Elgr was regular size. So he like goes for that hit, and Elgr just kind of like shrugs it off, and again looks down on him because now he's like 8 feet tall and touching the ceiling.
All right. So he headbutted me, but it didn't hurt that bad then, right? Because it's kind of hard for him to get a good hit there.
Right.
Yep, hard for him to get a hit, so he didn't meaningful damage.
I'm gonna try to headbutt him back.
All right, another contested strength check.
I rolled a 4. I got a total of 9.
7 plus my modifier is 13.
No.
All right, and
we suck at headbutting.
you suck at
But
headbutting.
noodle fight where tanks in the jungle.
This is top lane. This is what I do. This is what I do for a
Callie starts,
living.
like polishing her daggers because she's just like waiting for someone to lose so she can go next.
Okay, after I fucking fail my headbutt, I'm just gonna be like, look, maybe the room isn't the best place for this.
Thatcher's gonna nod his head like, yeah, maybe you're right. Then he wants to make a surprise, grab him by the shoulders and try and pull him down over the top of.
I wouldn't
All
expect it.
I was gonna say, give me an insight check, Elgr.
Oh, give him an insight. Okay, cool. Here we go.
And Thatcher hit me with the deception.
Insight is +0 for me, so I got a 9 total.
Oh god, mine's 0 too. Net 20.
Oh my god! No! No!
So Elgr goes, well, I really don't think that this room is the best place for this. And Thatcher goes, yeah, why don't we go outside? And as Elgr starts to turn, Thatcher just grabs him in the back and then just like, you know that wrestling move where you grab the guy and then you just
Suplex?
he just suplexes him where he just hands around this guy who's 8 feet tall, and Thatcher just yeets him backwards.
After I hit the ground and I'm kind of
Where
laying
was it on the strength check?
I'm just gonna kind of start laughing.
Is it? Yeah, you both have just. Well, yeah, like Thatcher has knocked the wind out of both of you because not only has he slammed you into the ground, he has slammed himself into the ground with you on him, and so the two of you are just lying there. I
hear Elgr laughing at Thatcher, just starts laughing with him too, and just laying there like two guys who just screwed around and just like, yeah, I'm just hurting both of us.
Yeah, we both end up being pretty busted up, and we both had our moments. And Elgr is like, I go in for the predator handshake.
It's not about winning.
I go in for
Boys
the predator
will be
handshake,
boys.
Thatcher, like the you know, like the fucking like grabbing like
The bro-
forearms,
the
the
bro
boom.
arm grab.
Yeah, the bro arm grab. I hope, and I'm just gonna be like, I hope I was stronger than you thought I would be.
You're a big guy when you grow.
All right, look, I mean, I'm not that much shorter or smaller than you when I'm not grown, but point taken. The thingy with the flipping, that was pretty cool. Throwing tables, you're suplexing giants. Cool guy.
Catch you when you were completely off guard to get the leverage, and I ended up with all your mass on top of me. So
I smirk when he kind of like what I take as a compliment, my mass.
You're a thick boy, Elgr.
you're not the only one that can probably use a brain augmentation out here. And I'm pointing to myself.
I'm just broing down, and it's good. It's a good round.
Now Callie walks out and goes.
I was gonna say, and I think that's where we're calling it for tonight because we found the best gay couple on the planet.
Callie was like into it, and then they like stopped, and she's like, "Okay, so do I not get to go now? We're not the victor, no? Okay, well I'm leaving. Bye."
When I see you leave, I'm gonna kind of like lean over to Thatcher. I think she might want a round with you as well. She and I kind of dueled early on, and that's, I think for an Ionian, that's something important to them. So, as somebody who appreciates, kind of sparring, I guess, should, show her some respect too.
No,
She actually beat me, if I'm being totally honest. I'm not going to say that again. I'm saying this to you right now, but she beat me.
As a bro.
As a bro to bro. Bro to bro.
Bro to bro. Bro to bro.
Tarska's like literally just sitting here, right? Like listening
Yeah,
to
you're like on the top bunk just watching.
Tarska's little bro. I rustle his hair again.
Please stop touching the top of my head.
It's really satisfying, but I'll try.
I kind of nodded Elgr and I walked out. Say, I think I know just the thing.
All right.
So that will be the end of episode 5 of Adventures in Runeterra. Would you like to reveal to everybody the name of this episode, Dave?
Yes, the name of this episode is Elgr Specialize.
Elger's special eyes.
Elgr
Oh yeah,
eyes.
because at the end my eyes were glowing. Oh my, yeah.
And then the joke about your
I
sight,
know,
literally the
of course.
entire.
No, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ties
Alright.
in.
So this will be the conclusion of episode 5 of GRDnD Adventures in Runeterra, Elger's Special Eyes. So, once again, last time, I'll say it one more time, GRLCS, regular registration ends in 1 hour and 12 minutes as of the
Sign
speaking of
up.
this. So sign up if you don't want to pay the $10 per team extra. Otherwise, you do still have until when does
Thursday.
full registration ends next Thursday?
Thursday. Yep.
On the
that's
30th.
30th.
30th at midnight.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And on, I believe on Friday there will be a stream to announce the schedule
so,
for each of the
yes.
splits,
Yes.
and then
See,
following
Jack and
that,
myself.
if I'm not mistaken, directly after that, not directly, but the next day on Saturday will be episode 0 of the podcast put on by Meristematic.
Maris is
So,
coming back.
Tune in on that.
Yeah.
Once again, be on the lookout for Legends of Runeterra tournaments put on by us, as well as TFT tournaments. The final TFT Saturday will take place tomorrow as well, so congratulations if you qualified for that. And then, of course, GRDnD Episode 6 will be coming at you in 2 weeks, so that will be on the 7th of February, barring unforeseen circumstances.
Shouldn't be any.
Basically,
So-
if there's a tornado, we won't be. If there isn't a tornado, we will be doing.
So thank you all so much for watching. This has been Megan. I think you're trying to talk, but you're muted. No.
She flags.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Over it.
In any case, from all of us here at Get Wrecked, thank you for watching. For those of you who celebrate it, today is actually the final day of the lunar calendar New Year, aka Chinese New Year
Oh,
is
cool.
tomorrow.
Gong Shi Fa
So,
Sai, guys.
Happy New Year to those of you who celebrate that tomorrow.
Year of the
thank you all for
rat?
watching.
Year of the Rat.
Yes, that is
Year of
correct.
the rat. Awesome.
Rat Boy did nothing wrong. Am I right?
Oh.
All right, David, the DM, and the rest of us here on Get Wrecked D&D, as well as all of us from Get Wrecked in general, thank you for watching and have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
See ya.